X4 comes with two control boxes. The first one is for radar. Basically, it allows you to find irregularities in the soil, such as cavities, tombs, voids, tunnels, as well as metal deeply buried under your feet. It comes with the control box, a long life battery, a shaft, and of course tablet PC. The tablet PC includes our DRS 3D software in several languages. You control easily everything with a Bluetooth joystick. It comes with two probes, like all our X series. The first probe is a magnetometer octal sensor. It measures 60 centimeters. The second probe is a gradiometer. It only has two sensors, but it allows you to scan in every direction you want, and it also gives better results on cavities. The second control box is our world-acclaimed Ground Expert. Ground Expert is not a radar. It's a professional metal detector that allows you to scan metals, but with perfect discrimination. It means you combine two technologies in one single machine. With the first one, you can detect irregularities. It will tell you either it's metal or cavity. And when you want to look for the nature of the metal and which target you have found, you use the Ground Expert. Ground Expert will tell you what kind of target it is, its depth, and the metal you use. Therefore, by mixing the two technologies, you get great result in your treasure hunts. Now we will show you how both units work on the field. We're going to introduce you the two different kinds of antennas that comes with all DRS ProRadar device. The first kind of antenna is what we call the magnetometer. The magnetometer is an antenna that consists of several sensors. You can have the small antenna that's like 25 centimeters and has two sensors. You can go up to like 100 centimeters and you have 16 sensors. The more sensors you have, the bigger the antenna is, the deeper you go and the more surface you will cover. You also get more accuracy and better resolution with more sensors. With magnetometer, you always have to keep the same direction, meaning you have to keep the north in the back. And also with a magnetometer, sometimes you can have a little problem identifying large cavities. It can mix up cavities with the ground. That is why DRS has worked on a whole new kind of antenna called the gradiometer. The gradiometer only has two sensors, a plus and a minus. Also, you can have it in three different sizes, 30 centimeter, 60 centimeter, or 100 centimeter. But whatever the size is, you will always have two sensors. The gradiometer is much better because you can go any direction you want. You can go north, south, east, west. You don't need to keep the north in the back. And also, it's better to identify cavity. It doesn't mix ground and cavity. So you have better result on larger objects and better results also on cavities. Like magnetometer and gradiometer, they complete each other. That's why X2, X3, X4 and X5, they all come with one antenna of each kind. DRS is the first manufacturer in the world to offer this to its customers. DRS has developed its own 3D software that you use with all its devices. We will show you how it works. You use this software to scan and give an interpretation to the results. So you have to start first the software. The software is very easy to use. First thing, you have to choose the language. Here, click on File, Language. English is good, but you also have 8 other languages. Connection settings. Okay. You have to select the number of columns you want to scan and also the number of rows. And you see, it makes a grid. Each square measures 30 by 30 centimeters and it's a step. We always start on the lower right hand corner. And then, very important, you have to choose how you're going to scan. You choose to scan either parallel, you go like this, then you go back, then again. Or you can choose zigzag. You see, you start here, you go like this, you step back, you scan, then like this, like this. Then you have to choose which kind of scan you're going to do. 3D ground scan is what you use for all our radar series. Okay? Horizontal live scan and vertical live scan are used only with X1 and X5 and X1 Pro. And resistivity is for IRS or the resistive feature of X5. But here we're going to use ground scan. And then you just press connect. We would like to remind you that on each DRS device you can choose manual or automatic scan. For automatic scan, the machine will beep. So every beep you will make a step. So it does like beep, you make a step, beep, you make a step. It gives you a rhythm. It's a very nice feature. Or you can use like manual feature. With the manual feature, every time you make a step, you just press the joystick. Okay? Now, let's see the file. We've just recorded an Ürün object. Here it is. Let's start with 2D. You see, here you can see a red square, always on the lower right-hand corner. So basically, we've been scanning 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 steps by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, by 6 columns. So 15 steps of 3 meters, that's barely 5 meters, by 2 meters. So look, you can navigate like this with the keyboard, or you can also use, this thing. There is an embedded keyboard here. Okay? But we will use this. Every time you move the cursor, you can see on the lower left corner that the value change, 122. Now here, where the object is, we have 235, meaning that we definitely have a metallic object. How can you make sure it's a metallic object? When you open a file, you can see on the right corner a scale of color. If the metallic object is red, yellow and orange, if the total of the first two values, see 2.3 and 5.6, where it's barely yellow-orange, if the total is below 10, then you can imagine this target is metal. Let's see, 2.3 plus 5.6, that's 7.9. So definitely red here marks a metal object. But the blue, definitely we say it's cavity, but not always. It can also be a field that has been like turned. So here we have 84.8 for the dark blue. If it is a cavity, it has to be 100%. If it's below 100%, it's not cavity, it's just ground, okay? So here, 84.8, it's not cavity, okay? Here we have a metallic object, definitely, but it's not in a cavity, it's just in regular ground. How can we determine the size of the object now? Okay, we have 3 squares for the length times 30 centimeters, that's 90 centimeters, let's say 1 meter. Let's imagine the width now. The width is just 1 square, see, 1, 2, 3. So that's 30 centimeters. 1 meter by 30 centimeters. The buried object on our field test is basically an old rusty pipe, okay? Now let's try to imagine what kind of depth we have here. Okay, so let's go 3D. Okay, you can see the depth is here. The first thing you have to do when you open your file is tell the software which kind of soil you've been scanning. Here we use like sandy, okay? Remember that the percentage of humidity, the type of ground, if it has rocks or no, will really influence the result you obtain and you get on the software. So sandy is pretty neutral. So let's use these two arrows on the left of the software to determine the depth. So the object starts around this, which is here, 2 meters, you see 199, and goes to, to 270. So our metallic pipe is below 2 meter and 2 meter point 70 deep, okay? Since it's a pipe, it's round, it's 30 centimeter wide, so it's very good and it's accurate. So you have 30 centimeter pipe, between 2 meter and 2.70 meter deep. Very interesting here, you can see that there is a very visible cut. When the red is cut like this, it's metal, but most of the time it's iron. When it's cut like this, it's iron. It means that the signal has been cut. And you have a really high percentage of chance to determine that this is iron. Finally, we'd like to show you this. Let's get back to 2D. You will see here. You see here we move the cursor and you see the object is here. Okay? You see it's still moving here. Our object is here and you can see the value here. Look. 235. Let me show you. If we get back to 2D. Okay, let's open this. You see it's here. Our value that interested is 235, 235, 235, 234, and it's row number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, you see, and it's step number 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Basically it's here, you see, so it's perfect. You see the value here. 235, 235, 235, that's our metallic object, and you can see the scan value appear and are interpreted directly by a color in the software. So you see it's very, very neat. You can determine the size and the depth of the object thanks to our DRS 3D software. Hello, my name is David. I've been the distributor for DRS in France for a couple of years. I've also successfully used some of their equipment during our treasure hunts. That's why the company picked me to introduce you to the new exciting Ground Expert Pro and Ground Expert Lite. Ground Expert Pro and Ground Expert Lite are what we call professional metal detectors. They are not designed to find isolated coins or jewels like other hobby detectors. They are professional detectors. They use pulse induction technology with what we call a big coil or a 1 meter by 1 meter frame. Therefore, you can achieve depth ranging from 2 meter to 5 meter on really large targets such as boxes, hoards, or weapons. But keep in mind that Ground Expert is not a GPR or magnetometer. It's a real metal detector. It means you can only find metal, okay? Every kind of metal. What's different with this machine is that it has true discrimination. When you use a professional metal detector with a big coil, you cannot get discrimination, meaning you will find iron, aluminium, and other metals such as silver and gold, of course, but you cannot make a difference. You don't know what you will find before you dig. With the new Ground Expert Pro, you have true metal discrimination. You can make the difference between gold and highly valuable and iron, and you can even teach the machine about new metal. And this is the first time in the world that a professional metal detector has true discrimination. Now I will show you how the machine works on the field. We will show you also all the settings available and how to assemble it. Ground Expert comes with all accessories and features you need for a successful treasure hunt. The control box allows you to go metal detecting with USB cable that we provide, or if you prefer, you don't need cable. You just turn on the Bluetooth feature of the control box with the tablet PC. The battery is a last generation lithium battery. It can allow you to go metal detecting between 6 and 8 hours. All cables and screws and chargers are provided. We also provide a headphone to remain discreet. We also include a harness so that you don't need to carry everything. You can mount the tablet on the shaft, or you can use the special carry box we have. You carry it like this. What's important is the coils. The 45 centimeter coils allows you to go deep up to 2 meters. The little coil is meant for tunnels and in cavities and areas where it's really hard to go. It's a feature really appreciated by treasure hunters. But most of the time you will use what we call our big coil. It's a 1 by 1 meter frame that allows you to go between 2 meters and 5 meter depth. The tablet PC is also multilingual. You can choose the language you want, and it includes our homemade 2D software that allows you to successfully use your Ground Expert, and it's a software we have designed ourselves. Now we will show you how to use this software. The Ground Expert is very easy to use. First, you plug the battery to the bottom of the control box. Done. Then you choose the coil you want to use. For the demo purpose, we will use a small coil because we're inside, and with all the electromagnetic interference, we need to use a small coil. So you plug it to the control box. Also, this thing allows you to do the scan, and you plug it here. Then you turn on the tablet. Then you have two icons. The first one is Ground Expert Bluetooth, and the other one is Ground Expert Regular. You use Ground Expert Regular, the green icon, when you use a USB cable, but here for the demo we will use the Ground Expert Bluetooth, so you just push the blue button. Also we will use several targets to show you. We have highly valuable target, which is like a big piece of copper. We will also use lower conductivity copper, which is going to be described as lower valuable. Also, we will use a piece of junk of iron. We will also show you lead and gold. Unfortunately, we don't have any gold ingot, so we will use a pink gold. It's mixed gold and copper, and we will use pure gold. Now, I will show you how it works on the tablet. When you start the Ground Expert, you always turn on the control box first, and then you turn on the software. But here, just for demo purpose, we will do the contrary. You'll see it also works. Okay, so let's click on Bluetooth. Okay, the software loads. But you see, we have a problem. It will not detect. See, please wait. There's no Bluetooth. So to activate Bluetooth, of course, you turn on the control box and then you click here. Then it will synchronize. Connected to Ground Expert. And then it will tell you which coil is connected. Small coil is connected. So let me show you all the features. Remember, we're inside. So you should never use a metal detector inside, but for the demo purpose, we have to. So there's a lot of electromagnetic interference, what we call EMI. So first, magnetic noise elimination, we try to eliminate, you see, okay. Then sensitivity, the more you put sensitivity, the deeper it goes, but here, we need it to be stable for the demo, so we only put 20% discrimination, even 15, because under the table we have iron, so we may have a problem. So general search is like, it shows you what you're going to detect, which metal you want to select or not. Ground balance is basically what you have to do first. So to ground balance is usually something complicated with other metal detector. This one, Ground Expert does it automatically and it's very easy. What you need to do, you put your coil 3 centimeters above the ground. Same thing for the 45 centimeter coil. If you're going to use a 1 by 1 meter frame, you have to put it 10 centimeters above the ground. Then what you do, you just press ground balance. The value will go usually between 120 and 140. If you have a value that goes below 100, it means you have a cable problem. The coil has a problem. And if it goes above 200, it means you're trying to ground balance your detector on a metallic target, which should never be done. It's like hobby detector. You have to ground balance your detector on a clean area without metal, okay? So ground balance is made automatically in 5 seconds. So once again, this feature, no other detector has it. Okay, so let's go back to ground balance, see 144, it's okay. At any time you can go back to factory settings, and that's it for this menu. Imaging allows you to see the shape and the metal more precisely that you're going to detect. We will show this after. And the settings, basically you can turn off the system, you can clear the memory of the scan you've made, you can select the language. Here, you know, we have English, so it's okay. And help, anytime you can have a tutorial. And also, there's a new feature for this new Ground Expert Pro, it is manual discrimination. To start the test, we don't put it on. I will show you what it is for just after. Here, it tells you which version you have, the autonomy that remains in the tablet PC, also in the control box. Remember that when you have low battery, the discrimination is not very effective. To have very good discrimination, you always need full battery level. And that's it. Ground Expert is a metal detector, meaning you can find all kinds of metal. It's not like other DRS products such as resistivity meter or magnetometer or GPR. It just focuses on metal, so you cannot find cavities or other anomalies, just metal. So, look, one kind of metal, copper. Gold is metal too, lead is metal, and iron. Okay? That's what other professional metal detectors do. You know, you have a big frame and it just tells you that you have metal, but you cannot make the difference. So you waste a lot of time digging on junk, okay? But with Ground Expert, it's really different. Look, let's see, we want to find all metals. We want gold, we want highly conductive non-ferrous, and we want basically non-ferrous but with lower conductivity. But we don't want iron, so I don't select iron. So look, high conductivity. You see, highly valuable. The same with lower conductivity. And gold, pink gold. Pure gold. Whatever gold you use, it will always say gold. It's a very interesting feature. Lead. It's all metal type too. But look, iron. It's all metal, but it's not gold, it's not highly valuable, it's not valuable because it's iron. Look, if you go here, iron. So you have true discrimination. Look, it means you want all the metal but just iron. Look, and then all metal, but it's not iron. But look, iron. So you have really a true discrimination. But it's not all. We will show you something else. Imagine you just want to focus on iron. So you find iron. But imagine you just want to focus on gold, which is a little stupid, but look, gold. Pink gold, no problem too. Look, gold. But imagine you don't want copper. Look, no copper. And look at this. You get rid of this completely. It's a big object, you know, it's high conductivity. Okay, you get rid of it, but still you have the little piece of gold. And remember, we use very, very small sensitivity level because we have a high degree of electromagnetic interference. That's why we have to be close, you know. Okay, that's very interesting, but no, sometimes we have problems. This is lead. Oh, wait. It says gold, you see? Sometimes it says gold. It's really a problem because you think it's gold, and it's the same with aluminium. You think you're going to find something very interesting, but it ends up being like junk, like lead or whatever. So here comes a new feature. Look, you go on settings, and you just go to level number 3. Okay, it's like manual discrimination, like on a hobby detector. And then you come back here. So look, you just want gold, imagine. And now, every time you pass, lead doesn't beep. But gold, yes. So imagine, let's put up lead, no sound on lead. It's gonna be the same on aluminium, but gold, pink gold, no problem. And pure gold, look. No other detector in the world, even hobby metal detector, is able to do this. Ground Expert is the only one that can do this. It's just incredible. I am now going to introduce you to another exciting feature of the new Ground Expert Pro. It is the imaging function. To show you this, we will use small gold first. Imaging function allows you to see the shape and the length of the target as well as its metal before you even start digging. So, gold. Detector understands you have gold, but now you want to see the shape of the object you find. Go to imaging. You push create new image. And then, to simulate the swipe, you will push 4 times, it's a double swipe, on the button of the shaft. If you want, you can also use the button on the control box if you're using the big coil. If you don't have the shaft, you use this button. So now I'm going to show you. So we click on create a new image. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops, 4. Okay. Shape is perfect. You see? It's round. Now I will show you how to save it. Save. You want to save the image? Yes. It's gold ring. And then you can see all the previous image, you know. Look here. Okay, we only have gold ring right now, but let's try with iron. Create new image, but for iron we need to select iron. Look. Okay, let's go to imaging now. Create new image. Let's try with iron. 1, 2, 3, 4. You see, it's a longer object. See, the shape, it's perfect. And then we save the image. We call it iron. And then let's take a look. You see this one and this one. You have the gold ring and the iron. This is just incredible. And you see it's red because it's iron. So it's red and gold is yellow. This is the color we chose. But if you want high conductivity and lower conductivity, it's gonna be green and purple. That's why, once again, Ground Expert is a very exciting machine.